It was a Sunday evening when I got a call from Lucas while having dinner. Ava, I'm sorry. I cheated again. I calmly stirred vegetables into the pot. Buy me a car as an apology and we'll move on. He paused, then dropped the real blow. She's pregnant. My hand stilled over the bubbling broth. Oh, that won't do, I murmured. You'll need to throw an apartment as well. Within a week, my face was registered for the lock of a 600-square-foot penthouse downtown, and a white Cullinan was delivered to me. Lucas, my fiancé, never failed to prove himself the epitome of a second-generation rich heir. This time, the mistress was a striking woman named Mia. She stormed up to me in a cafe, her voice sharp. Break up with Lucas. He loves me. She raised her chin proudly. While you were home alone, we kissed by the lake. He took me horseback riding, and every night at the resort, Her hand drifted to her belly. That's when the baby was conceived. What a riveting romance. If I'd come across it on TikTok, I might have given it a like. My eyes dropped to her slightly rounded stomach. I'd seen many mistresses, but one confronting me while pregnant? That was unusual. She was the second. The first had been me. I leveled my gaze at her. Miss Mia, don't get ahead of yourself. Lucas likes to play, and when he grows tired, he passes the problem to me. You've entered the after-sales stage. Lucas's pinned Instagram post was still our engagement photo. The Harry Winston ring remained firmly on his finger. Any woman throwing herself at him now was simply asking for it. As for the child, I added coolly, I'll take you for a paternity test tomorrow. Once the results are in, we'll discuss compensation. Mia shot to her feet, furious. Ava, are you even human? You talk about me and my baby like we're commodities. I stayed as calm as glassy water. If you could convince Lucas to take responsibility, you wouldn't have been sitting here 3 hours waiting for me, would you? Her lips trembled, her fingers clenching the cup until they went white. Maybe it was just bad luck, she whispered, but her eyes betrayed panic. Her phone rang, and she seized it like a lifeline. Fine. Test all you want. But if this baby is his, you'll have to step aside. My gaze darkened. Foolish girl. Lucas really had fallen for her act. Ava, if he loved you, he wouldn't cheat, Mia pressed on. You're so calm about it. Do you even love him? I almost laughed. Youth is naive, still clinging to love. Adults know better. It's all about mutual benefit. I rose to leave. Since you're determined to take my place, I wish you luck. But from now on, you won't be dealing with me. You'll be dealing with William. The color drained from her face. William? You'd hand me over to him? William was Lucas's elder brother, the most ruthless and brilliant young CEO in the city. He despised his younger brother's playthings, and those foolish enough to scheme against the family never met a good end. I casually listed a few of William's accidents. Mia's bravado shattered. Her arms wrapped protectively around her belly. Finally, she grabbed my sleeve, desperate. I choose to negotiate with you. I dabbed away her tears with a napkin. Good choice. I'll make sure you get the highest possible compensation. In the end, 7 figures wired into her account, and Mia vanished. That night, Lucas texted me an invitation to a party. He mentioned there would be new people. When I arrived, I lingered outside the private room for a moment. Inside, Lucas lounged with Rachel, his childhood friend, as they played a game. She leaned on his arm, whispering in his ear. He pinched her cheek tenderly, the air heavy with flirtation. So much for Mia. She'd already been forgotten. Lucas's affection was like air conditioning in summer. It seemed to cool you, but the moment it shut off, you were left in the heat. His gentle charm toward everyone was, in truth, cruelty. Fortunately, I was better at cruelty than he was. I stepped inside. Lucas lit up, rushing to greet me with sugary words. Rachel's face soured as she jabbed at her phone. I let his flattery wash over me, answering mildly, "Be more careful in the future. I'll keep things under control, so your parents never find out." Generous, understanding, tolerant, those were the roles I played. His friends envied him. But the truth was simple. I didn't love Lucas. He led me aside to introduce a new friend. In the shifting neon light, 2 faces from my past appeared. My first love, Noah, and the woman he betrayed me with. For the first time in months, my composure slipped. Zoe, in a scarlet dress, sneered at me, her voice dripping with scorn. It reminded me of nights when I used to cry from her cruelty. But now, the sting lasted no more than 2 seconds. I smiled, raising my glass. Hello, I'm Ava, Lucas's fiancée. Zoe turned away with disdain. Noah, however, accepted my toast, his voice smooth and magnetic. Lucas is lucky to have you. Time had refined him. He was sharper now, less cold, more dangerous. Lucas laughed. Brother Noah, jealous? Don't hang on to crooked trees. I'll introduce you to someone better. An insult Zoe didn't miss. She glared at Lucas, but his innocent smile only concealed his cutting tongue. He was defending me in his own way. The tension was broken by Noah's calm reply. I'm a man of singular taste. New things may glitter, but old loves are irreplaceable. His gaze lingered on me, not Zoe. I turned away, pretending to check my phone. Just then, the door burst open. Another girl stormed in, Ella. She had once giggled shyly at Lucas in a gym, then disappeared with him not long after. Now she came at me full force. Ava, haven't you overstayed your welcome in the Lucas family? She sneered. You're a gold digger with no family, no background. You even seduced a finance boss before. Everyone knows your reputation. The crowd gasped. Her words hit me like ice water. For a moment, I felt myself drowning again in old shadows. Ella turned sweetly to Lucas, tugging his sleeve. Don't be fooled by her. Break up with her, Lucas. But Lucas's smile cooled. Miss Ella, have I offended you? Why are you slandering my fiancé? She faltered. She had miscalculated. My face was his face, and trampling me was trampling him. Get up, he mouthed at me. I obeyed, but not gently. I seized Ella's ponytail and smashed a bottle against her head. Her scream pierced the silence. I straddled her, slapping her over and over. For your lies. For your rumors. For trying to ruin what's mine. No one dared intervene. Lucas stopped them with a warning. Only one man applauded. Bravo. Miss Ava is quite remarkable, Noah drawled, stepping into the light. His sharp features were tinged with mockery. I find myself more and more interested in you. Our eyes locked across 4 years of history. I looked away first. Later, as I waited alone at the elevator, Lucas never came. I laughed bitterly, dialing William. Big brother, help me deal with a woman named Ella. Yes, she dug up the past. The affair with Jack. Downstairs, I bought a milk tea to calm my nerves. A black G-class pulled up, the window lowering to reveal Noah. Let me take you home, he said smoothly. I forced a smile. No need. Lucas will be down soon. No, he murmured, lips curving. Grace won't let him leave tonight. My eyes narrowed. Grace, an escort. So Noah had arranged this. Before I could escape, his hand caught my waist, pulling me into the car. The car pulled out of the city center against my will. My chest tightened with anxiety and anger as I kept dialing Lucas, desperate for him to pick up. But the line stayed silent. I'll send Lucas a little surprise, Noah finally said, his tone laced with provocation. In exchange for one night with his fiancée. Fair, don't you think? The air felt suffocating. I held my breath, trying to steady my heartbeat. Noah's fingers drummed irregularly on the console, his silence broken only by a long sigh. Ava, isn't it meaningless? Fighting other women over that rotten cucumber? Doesn't it make you feel tired? His voice carried a strange mixture of frustration and persuasion. You could choose differently. I could hear the anger beneath his words, and yet also his attempt to win me over. But I kept my face calm. Lucas is rich and handsome. Of course women chase him. It only proves I have good taste. Noah's grip on the steering wheel tightened. Stop lying to yourself. The reason he never rejects them is simple. He doesn't love you. I had long accepted that Lucas didn't truly love me. But that didn't stop me from living comfortably. Noah's tone grew insistent. All these years, women threw themselves at me too. I slapped them away, kicked them out if they lingered. Because in my heart, none of them compare to you. But I doubted Zoe was excluded from his none. So I replied coolly, that's your business, Noah. What I know is this. Lucas provides for me. He takes care of me and my mother, gives me status, dignity, cars, houses. He deposits $2 million in pocket money every month. And if I casually say I'm craving dumplings from a random street stall, he'll spend 2 hours fetching them, then toss in a chaw necklace for good measure. Where else could I get that kind of princess treatment? It wasn't an exaggeration. Lucas gave me more than material comfort. He knew how to provide emotional value too. He made me feel loved. If only I hadn't realized his love was on broadcast mode. Beside me, Noah's breathing grew heavy. You weren't like this before. You were ambitious, brilliant, independent. You never needed men. I almost laughed. Blessed with beauty and resources, would it not be foolish to let them go to waste? For someone like me, marrying into Lucas's family is marrying up. A stable, comfortable life for the rest of my years. That's the best I can fight for. He stayed quiet a long time before finally whispering, almost careful, "What if I told you I can give you the same now?" Compared to the boy I once knew, Noah's wealth had multiplied 1,000-fold. He could buy anyone but me. And back then, money wasn't even why I chose him. He studied my expression, nervous. "Would you consider starting over with me?" I turned to him, amused, as if he'd just cracked a bad joke. Rude. "I'm getting married next year." Noah smoked an entire pack of cigarettes before dawn, then drove me back to the city. By the time I woke up around noon, Lucas still hadn't come home. It wasn't until 4 in the afternoon that he finally replied. Another party. Another apology package. I video called him, feigning more interest in him than in the gift. He smiled, sweet-talked, reluctant to hang up. During our call, message notifications from Noah the dog kept flashing across my screen. Noah had forced his way into my contacts last night. Annoyed, I renamed him Noah the dog right in front of him. He didn't even get angry. He only said he was willing. How ironic. Years ago, I had been his lapdog. Now the tables had turned. At 25, I could no longer sympathize with my 18-year-old self. Back then, Noah's cold maturity and aloofness had been irresistible to a girl from a single-parent home. I crushed on him all through high school and finally confessed when we entered the same university. He accepted, not because he liked me, but because his second brother did. The illegitimate son of a wealthy family, Noah grew up under constant humiliation, his half-brothers tormenting him endlessly, especially the second. Our love was born of his desire for revenge, and it ended when his ambition outgrew me. When Zoe appeared, he was already succeeding in business, visiting the luxury store where she worked to buy gifts for clients. She was his match. They carried on behind my back for half a year. Until one day, after my internship, I spotted his car rocking by the roadside. I confronted him through tears, but he only smoked calmly. "Ava, stop fussing. Can't you understand? I'm under so much pressure. I need to relax." Zoe got out of the car, stockings torn, lipstick smudged. She sneered, explaining that their arrangement was purely transactional.
She didn't care about me.
She didn't even care that one day he'd have to marry a rich girl to climb higher. That was the first time I heard about Isabella. My disappointment hardened into despair. Noah had used me to spite his brother, Zoe for his body, Isabella for her status. He wasn't just skilled in business, but also in playing people. So before he could marry up and discard me, I left first. He didn't stop me, didn't explain,
Didn't fight for me.
That was when I knew he had never loved me. For 4 years, I had been nothing more than his stepping stone. I ran errands in the middle of the night, translated business proposals, nursed him through a perforated ulcer, even drank with clients when asked. And in return, all I got was a cold thank you. But after our breakup, his obsession blindsided me. His messages poured in. Nostalgia, regret, excuses about youth and immaturity. I ignored him. Instead, I posted pictures of my dates with Lucas. Noah still liked every photo. Stubborn to the end. I deleted him. Yet he began appearing everywhere, at my writing lessons, bartending classes, even my dance studio. Like a virus impossible to shake. He forced his way back into my phone, sent endless deliveries, gourmet food, jewelry, bags. I returned everything. Accepting even one gift from him would ruin what I had with Lucas. Between a scumbag and a playboy, I'd choose the playboy every time. Then William called. His tone was stern. Ella confessed. She wanted your place. Someone fed her your dirt. That night, she was deliberately sent to the private room. And Mia, she wasn't innocent either. Cosmetic surgery debt. A huge transfer cleared it. She approached Lucas with an agenda. My grip tightened on my phone. Lucas may fool around, but you're steady, William continued. Don't let others drive a wedge between you. I nodded firmly. Whoever these women were, they weren't going to steal my sugar daddy. I messaged Lucas, keeping my face blank. Honey, I miss you. His reply was instant. Mwah, 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 I miss my Ava too. That night, he took me to 8, the hottest club in the city. The air was thick with smoke and sweat, dancers moving like fire. Lucas held my hand, guiding me through the crowd. I had planned to tease him later, then take him home. But when I spotted Noah and Zoe, my mood soured. I decided to focus on eye-flirting instead. Lucas, not used to my sudden enthusiasm, leaned in at the climax of the music. I dodged, then kissed his cheek, snuggling into him playfully. His friends whistled, Derek jeering. Lucas flushed bright red, happier than I'd ever seen him. Across the room, Noah's hand slipped, spilling his drink. He adjusted his glasses to mask the slip, but Zoe noticed, glaring at me. Slut, she hissed. Lucas bristled, ready to defend me, but Noah struck first. His hand whipped across Zoe's face, leaving a bright red welt. You dare insult Miss Ava again? Forgotten your place already?
His voice was low, deadly.
Zoe bit her lip, silent. She knew too well what his anger meant. I knew it too. I had once watched him beat a man bloody for harassing me, using whatever was at hand. The memory scattered as slips of white paper rained down from above. Lucas grinned, tugging me toward the dance floor. Special event. When the last paper falls, you can kiss anyone you want. I froze. Then don't leave me. He squeezed my hand. Never. But as the paper fell, the crowd surged. Lucas's hand slipped from mine and he vanished. I stumbled in the low light, colliding with a man's chest. A hand landed on my shoulder. My pulse jumped, my palms clamped over my face. I tried to break free, but he seized my arm, his other hand gripping my neck, forcing my lips to his. A kiss both harsh and lingering, swallowing my resistance. Familiar. Too familiar. It dragged me back years, to that autumn night in sophomore year. Noah, drunk and broken after a deal, slumped on a sofa. When I tried to help him up, he pulled me down instead, his palm pressing the back of my head, his lips devouring mine with grief and hunger. Our only kiss. Bitter and painful. Don't hold your breath. Breathe, Noah murmured, his lips briefly leaving mine. The urgency in his voice tickled my ears. My body jolted awake, and I pushed him away forcefully. Absolutely, I could not let Lucas see this. Not like this. I scanned the room, looking for him, wanting to ensure our date today remained innocent, a playful attempt to warm our relationship. Then I froze. Not far away, Lucas's eyes were hidden behind a voluptuous female go-go dancer. The dancer kissed him, her glance sharp and suggestive, directed toward the man behind me. My heart pounded, a cold sense of foreboding rising. Noah, don't tell me she's also. Before I could finish, Noah wrapped an arm around my waist, turning my face back toward him, lips and tongue returning. Lucas loves watching Grace dance. To distract him, I spent $20,000, he said casually. My chest tightened. Why? To kiss the person I love, he replied matter-of-factly.
A chill ran down my spine.
I remembered how he had gone to any lengths to win business deals in the past. My voice trembled. How much did you pay Chloe that day? He kissed my earlobe, a shiver of disgust running through me. Also, $20,000 to spend a night alone with you. Worth every penny. I recoiled. And Mia? A faint curve appeared on his lips. Oh, you finally figured it out? Mia was desperate, drowning in debt. I gave her $300,000 and taught her how to fake a pregnancy. That day, I was also at the cafe. My body shook violently. From the moment Noah saw me in William's family photo on Instagram, he had been scheming, without limits, without consent, using his power to make me his prey. I pushed him again, but he had anticipated it, restraining me completely. I bit him, tasted blood, refused to yield. When he finally released me, my mouth still full of blood, I ran. Before Lucas could see me, I would vanish quietly. It was futile. Derek's phone was aimed at me, filming every second. Noah shielded me, but the camera made any explanation impossible. Lucas could cheat without consequence, but even a single slip on my part could undo all I had carefully built. I ran anyway. Noah's message followed immediately. Don't be afraid.
Come with me.
I'll marry you. His words burned like hot coals. Lucas didn't move. By the third day, Lucas came upstairs with flowers and a square gift box. Just one hint of competition, and he returned home willingly. I controlled my expressions carefully, fearful he might read the truth. But his first words broke me. Ava, I'm sorry. I only recently realized how much I've hurt you. I won't be with anyone else anymore. I've checked out of my hotel. I'm moving in. We'll have another child soon. Tears streamed down my face before I could stop them.
Not an act this time.
I had lost a child once. The position of fiancé, all of Lucas's favors, they could never replace what I had lost. Back then, Lucas had pursued me relentlessly. He assumed someone like me would be experienced. But I was a virgin, and the vulnerability made me whimper beneath him. He panicked, gentle beyond reason, whispering sweet words to soothe me. Later, he quietly got out of bed, turned on the bathroom light, and carefully washed my underwear using disposable soap, covering the sound with his hand and drying them bit by bit. Noah would never do that in 1,000 lifetimes. The next morning, at 8, Lucas held my hand as we crossed the street to the pharmacy. I swallowed the pill decisively. His gaze shifted, and he handed me a bank card. I don't want to settle this with money. I want you to owe me, so you'll remember me longer. I shoved it back into his pocket, eyes red, and got into a taxi. He chased after the car, but I did not stop. Calmly, I spat out the pill I had hidden behind my teeth. I blocked all of Lucas's contacts. 3 months later, we met by chance at a hospital. My lips were pale, like a broken gardenia. Lucas crouched before me, reproaching gently. You're still young. I couldn't trouble you, I whispered. Tears welled in his eyes. But it was our baby. Maybe I would have wanted to keep it. You gave me your first, and now you've lost our first child for me. Ava, aren't you unlucky? The child in my womb had belonged to Lucas. He might not love me, but guilt ensured his protection. I stayed in his villa to recover, and he took my pregnancy and abortion reports, promising, I'll give you a proper explanation. A week later, William arrived in a smoke-gray coat. His gaze was sharp but not cruel. Only one question mattered: the scandal with Jack. I explained. He tried to take advantage of me. I resisted, but colleagues misconstrued the situation. I was powerless. William nodded. Innocent or not, I'll investigate thoroughly. Soon after, all negative news vanished. Jack was exposed for sexual misconduct, and the announcement of Lucas's engagement followed. William's arranged marriage with the Fong family years ago ensured Lucas could choose a bride freely. From the start, I knew the Lucas family doors were easier to enter than others. I played the role of the virtuous fiancé, enduring the various mistresses who appeared: flight attendants, dancers, internet celebrities, female bassists, handling each situation with tact. Lucas's brothers praised me endlessly. I thought endurance was enough. But in the end, Noah had become the thorn between Lucas and me. Lucas loved playing Texas Hold'em with me. I never told him my skills were taught by Noah years ago. Noah's expertise in high-class and lowbrow activities, gambling, drinking, even BDSM, was unmatched. Las Vegas had been his playground. I remembered him photographing me under the golden dome of the Wynn, pausing to meet my gaze through the phone screen, gently ruffling my hair. Ava. Lucas urged me to move. I snapped back to reality, forgetting the previous round. A video call interrupted, a friend excitedly shouting about a DJ at Passion Club. Lucas laughed lightly. I've been doing this since 15. Tired of it. Late-night drinks aren't better than the soup my wife makes. Don't bother me, he said firmly. I thought he was acting, that Noah's threat had prompted him. Yet for the entire month afterward, Lucas stayed by my side, frequently posting our photos online, showing off our love. At night, he pulled me onto his lap. Unable to resist, I kissed him first. He flipped me, kissing passionately. I floated in his embrace, oblivious even to the phone vibrating on the coffee table. Hello, this is Lucas. Need something? I opened misty eyes. The starry glow lamp cast a rainbow of colors across the living room. Who is it calling at this hour? I asked. Lucas didn't answer. Instead, he traced my lips with his fingers, slowly prying my teeth apart. Be good. Suck on them properly. Then a roar came through the screen. Let Ava answer the phone. Lucas smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. He handed me the phone. I recognized the voice. Ignore him. Block him. His expression darkened. I want you to tell him yourself. As long as I proved my loyalty, everything would be fine. I pressed speaker. Hello, this is Ava. Please don't. Come downstairs in 5 minutes. Noah's voice was harsh, unyielding. If you don't come, I'll send the video of your intimate moment just now to everyone. I mean it. At the same time, Lucas received a crystal-clear screenshot of the living room, me and him kissing. In an instant, my blood ran cold. The camera had been hidden behind the living room painting, expertly concealed. Only a technician had come to repair the TV recently. Ignoring Lucas's gloomy expression, I rushed out the door, not out of fear, but anger. Downstairs, Noah leaned against his Bentley, the night casting his tall, slender silhouette in sharp relief. He fumbled with his lighter, producing only empty clicks. My slap landed squarely on his right cheek. Have you gone completely mad? Why ruin my life? Do you know how hard it was for me to get where I am today? Where were you all this time? Who are you trying to impress with this deep love act? Noah turned his head from the slap, probing the inside of his cheek with his tongue, his voice threaded with barely restrained madness. You don't even like Lucas. Why serve him every day? Watch his moods. Why marry him? Who says I don't like him? What would an outsider like you know? I snapped. Noah stood straighter, wiping my lips with his hand, tears glinting at the corners of his eyes. I just know. When you loved me before, you didn't wear that fake expression. A wave of exhaustion washed over me. I wanted to end this endless entanglement. Enough. Take me somewhere we can talk. I got into the passenger seat voluntarily. Noah stubbed out his cigarette, slammed the door, and sped off. Lucas's shouting followed. Ava, stay here. Don't go with him. I glanced back, but the car jolted forward, making me lose my balance. Once at the hotel, Noah pulled me inside. He held his head in both hands, taking deep, painful breaths. Ava, I'm begging you. Can you not marry someone like him? Stop degrading yourself. A stack of photos was thrown in front of me. Lucas appeared in every one, but the female leads changed. Young, beautiful, all intimately close to him. Each photo carried a recent watermark, taken within the last 3 months. If Lucas had rejected temptation even once for you, I would have let you go, Noah said. I flipped through the photos casually, as though admiring a book. Mr. Noah, aren't you just as rotten? Noah stiffened, slowly lifting his head. Ava, what's happened to you? You weren't like this before. I looked at the dark clouds pressing down over the city and called his name after a pause. Noah, when I broke up with you, I thought you were the worst man I'd ever meet. But after entering society, I found that was far from true. The year I had left Noah, I had job hunted with a resume boasting top grades, only to find my face mattered more than my skills. Men old enough to be my uncles pinned me to their laps at drinking parties, while superiors smiled. My second job at a prestigious company came with quick promotions, until my boss, Jack, locked me in his office, undid his tie, and demanded I be sensible. Jack, a sleazy man with a wife and daughter, ruined me when I resisted. I was framed as a mistress, my reputation destroyed. For 2 months, no offers came. Noah, I said. Jack was influential. He almost destroyed my career. My 4 years of university, all wasted. Noah's eyes went cold. Fists clenched, teeth gritted. Beast, he muttered. Without protection, beauty had become a curse. Enticement was light compared to the daily harassment. I was almost gang-raped, but I refused to be hunted like a rabbit. My only support, Lucas. Lucas is my mountain, I said bitterly. So, Mr. Noah, please be merciful and let me go. Noah's eyes reddened, guilt overwhelming him. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let you go then. I'll spend the rest of my life protecting you. Whatever Lucas can give you, I can too. He produced a gift box from his pocket. I swatted it aside, recognizing the contents. A diamond ring. I admit, at first, I accepted you to get revenge on my second brother. But I really fell in love. You were my only treasure when I had nothing, the only one willing to devote themselves to me. Those 4 years, I wasn't intentionally neglecting you. I feared falling in love, feared getting trapped. My family was disgusting. I endured, stayed away from you physically, but wanted to keep you pure. His words were heartfelt, but I was no longer the naive 18-year-old. When Noah had pretended not to love me, he had always prioritized self-interest, self-esteem, wealth, opportunities, over me. I laughed bitterly. Noah, I'm heartless, you're utilitarian. We can't be together. Noah's desperation intensified. We can. I'm not like Lucas. I'll be faithful. I had no feelings for Isabella, and Zoe was only for physical satisfaction. I've scolded her, and sent her away. Setting up Lucas was wrong. I didn't consider your feelings. I promised to change. Can you forgive me? He held me, pleading, but I knew, In every choice, he had considered only himself. I stroked the diamond ring Lucas had given me. I'm not going back to you. If you can't forget me, find a young girl who looks like me. Noah laughed through his tears. Ava, you're cruel. Late that night, there was a knock at the hotel door. Not Lucas, but William, cold, controlled, and unrestrained. Noah, drunk and disheveled, laughed loudly, trying to pull me toward him. Mr. William, tell your brother to give my woman back. William looked down at us. Mr. Noah, I've already turned a blind eye. But if you continue neglecting your duties and harming the Lucas family's reputation, I won't hesitate to take you down. A calm warning, lethal in intent. Noah's grip loosened. I seized the moment to break free. Goodbye, I said. Actions spoke louder than words. I followed William downstairs. Lucas is waiting. He feared you wouldn't go with him, so he asked me to come up, William said. I felt relief for keeping my wits. Brother, I came with Noah just to make things clear, I said. William stopped at the corner, back straight, icy. Take good care of Lucas in the future. He loves you very much. I love Lucas too, I replied smoothly, as if reciting lines. William gave a short laugh. Ava, you don't know, but the more you like someone, the colder and more resistant you become. I fell silent, choking on the truth of his words. Everyone says Lucas is a playboy, but the one who doesn't take the relationship seriously is you. William's insight made me pause. I didn't dare answer carelessly. He stopped at the stair landing and continued. Back then, when our parents wanted to abort Lucas, I fought to keep him, promising to take care of my brother in the future. Lucas wasn't particularly smart or outstanding. All the family's focus went to me. He started rebelling in his teens, saying he couldn't choose his birth family, only hoping to choose his own wife someday. William looked up at me. I know you might not believe it, but Lucas loves you. The words warmed my heart, though I quickly regained rationality. Brother, Lucas marrying me is only because of that child. William interjected firmly. He defied the whole family to be with you after the miscarriage, but didn't accept Mia, who is pregnant. A man only loves a child when he loves the woman. My throat tightened. Brother, what did Lucas defy? Seeing my shock, William explained. At first, no one in the Lucas family wanted to accept you. They strongly opposed it. I had promised Lucas could choose the girl he liked, but the social gap was too big. You were from a single-parent family, seemed cold-hearted. I feared he'd get hurt. But Lucas knelt, cried, self-harmed, even went on a hunger strike, begging our parents to give you a chance. He begged me not to make things difficult, not to hurt you. I know my brother best. He's rebellious, but he lowered his head for you because he truly loved you. It crashed into me all at once. I remembered him coming back from the family home, saying how well Dad, Mom, and Big Brother liked me. I had assumed the marriage was easily arranged. William added calmly, The matter with Jack? That was Lucas asking me to help you get revenge. He said you'd been bullied too much. It hurt him. I gripped the stair railing, feeling like I was falling into an endless abyss. Lucas, that carefree playboy, had done all this for me? William gave me a sad look. Perhaps only someone as pessimistic as you, and outsiders unaware of the full story, would fail to see how much Lucas loves you. The favoritism I had felt in the past wasn't an illusion. Lucas really loved me. I became mute, walking out in a daze. Lucas came to support me. Opening the car door, I saw a thermal bag in the passenger seat, Odin and peach oolong tea. I had been hungry. I ate mouthful by mouthful, cheeks puffed, unusually quiet. Lucas handed me a tissue, silently wiping my tears. Finally, I asked, Do you love me? He hadn't expected me to ask. After a moment's hesitation, he answered firmly, Yes. Girls have always chased me, but I only chase the girl I like. Then, why do you still play around after we got together? Lucas stared at me, a mix of helplessness and sadness in his eyes. Because you don't love me. I froze. He stroked my head, comforting. Love involves jealousy, care, pettiness, possessiveness, irrationality. But your emotions are so stable. You never manage me, no matter what I do. I understand. You never felt intense love for me. Everything misaligned. Lucas didn't lack women or money. He lacked love. What he needed was the 21-year-old, love-brained me. The girl Noah had almost destroyed. The current me had long lost the ability to trust and love. I cried irrationally, asking over and over, Do you really love me? Even knowing I'm terrible? That I had ulterior motives? That I'm a bad woman? Lucas pulled me into his arms. Ava, I know you're greedy, cold-hearted, like to act, and still like another man, but it's okay. I love you. All calculations, all schemes, were powerless against love. True romantics only appear in wealthy families. Back home, I pulled Lucas into the bedroom. That night, the dynamics changed. I dominated, passionately. He gripped my waist, emotions blazing in his eyes. Ava. My tears melted into his honey-colored chest. Extreme guilt overwhelmed me. Love really does come full circle. All who betray true hearts are punished. First Noah, then me. I started seriously dating Lucas. We went to bed and woke early, walked the dog, cooked, chopped vegetables together. I made cocktails, he played games. I took him to Urumqi to herd sheep. He accompanied me to Norway for the Northern Lights. Beautiful memories were countless. We loved intensely, with no regrets. On an ordinary morning, I went to William to break off the engagement. My condition: study abroad and a generous settlement. I couldn't enter marriage or family with a guilty conscience. Lucas was my best solution, but I wasn't his best option. William insisted on a talk with Lucas and me. Halfway through, he doubled over in pain, dry heaving. Lucas hurried him to the hospital, eyes red-rimmed and silent. I quietly accompanied him. Outside William's hospital room, on the 857th day of knowing each other, Lucas and I officially broke up. Soon after, Lucas entered the family company, starting from the basics. His parents introduced him to young ladies from good families. The day I left the country, snow fell. Noah, long gone, came to see me off, much thinner, maintaining his distance. Back to the beginning of our relationship. Don't delete me. Send me videos when you have time over there. I said okay. Lucas arrived late, put a hat and scarf on me, looked at me deeply. 10,000 meters above the ground, frost patterns crawled the window. I remembered a winter night 2 years ago, when we had just gotten together. I had acted willful, disturbed his gathering, asking him to come out eat with me. 15 minutes later, he appeared at the small restaurant I had chosen, carrying the smell of cigars, sterilizing the utensils skillfully and warmly. We each wore one of a pair of woolen gloves from a nearby shop, just over $10. Heavy snow fell, whitening our heads in an instant. He grabbed my other hand and tucked it into his pocket warm. My heart fluttered quietly, a private rhythm only I could hear. Then Rachel ran over and jumped on his back, and that sound disappeared.